Lordy, lordy, lordy. Hello, hello, hello. Hey everybody, Mazer here, and today I am setting up my gaming shelf. Basically, I finally got myself another bookcase so that I can finally, after so many years, put my video game cases back on display. Beforehand, I had all of this in storage and kept everything in a binder for safekeeping. But I got myself a new bookcase so that I can finally sit back and enjoy all my stuff. So what we're going to do is we're going to take down some of these display cases. I got freaking Telebox. Look at this. You guys remember this game? This was one of my favorite Virtual Boy games. It's one of the few ones that actually felt 3D, in my opinion. I always liked it. We got Sonic Spinball right here, manual and everything. Super awesome. Barely an inconvenience. Got my Pac-Man. It doesn't pack anymore, I don't think. I can't find the button. Oh, it does pack! Alright, so I'm just making some space here by moving my display stuff. Alright. So maybe move you over here. There you go. Oops, don't fall. There we go. Delicious. We got some other stuff here. We got Flashback on Super Nintendo, complete in box. You know, it's funny. I have like 2 copies of Flashback. I got the collector's edition for the Switch, and I got that one. I've never played either one of them, which is the funny part. I got Quackshot. This is from my childhood. Does it still have the instruction manual? It does. Time Killer is one of my favorite fighting games, although the Genesis version is pretty borked. And The Haunting, starring Poltergeist, another fantastic game. Just a little tedious, unfortunately, but it's really good. I like The Haunting, starring Poltergeist. I'm just getting stuff out of the way so I can get the discs in. These are my coins I collected. All right, we're going through the binder right now, and it looks like the first page right here is all Mortal Kombat stuff. So we gotta find Mortal Kombat, Shaolin Monks, Deception, Deadly Alliance, and Armageddon inside this mess right here. I tried organizing everything by console. So Deception is right here. I got Mortal Kombat Deception. It's the collector's edition. I believe this one had like a DVD or something. I'm gonna open up. This is the Sub-Zero one. This is back when Sub-Zero became a good guy. Where he and Scorpion finally, team up. And he rebuilds the Lin Kuei. So we're going to put Deception back. There we go. I don't even remember what's on the bonus disc, to be completely honest with y'all. Let's find out. It Will Consume You, the Mortal Kombat Premium Pack. It's a DVD. Oh, yeah, it comes with the... Oh, that's right! It comes with the old school Mortal Kombat. And it has a little metal collector card. I completely forgot about that. Ain't that something? Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, I forgot that. It also has chess combat, puzzle combat, and the conquest mode. So we got that one. Now we got to figure out where the hell my other Mortal... Here's Deadly Alliance is right here. And Armageddon... Where is my Mortal Kombat Armageddon? Actually, that might be a steelbook. It is. That's right. I got the steelbook edition of Mortal Kombat Armageddon right there. Ain't that something? Yeah, there's the DVD content. I remember the DVD. It really... Oh, hello. What's that? Gianni the Beast? How you doing, bud? So, yeah, we're just putting our old games away and getting them all organized. So we got Mortal Kombat Armageddon, Steelbook Edition, that goes up here. Sorry, Chewy. I got all my Steelbooks right up here. And we got our Deadly Alliance right here. Just going through memory lane right now. And then Shaolin Monks. One of the hardest games I've ever played. Rex, what's up, bud? You guys remember Mortal Kombat? Shaolin Monks? Game was hard as hell. Like, it's all good until you get to the triple boss at the end of the game, which was, if I remember correctly, what? It was Shang Tsung, Kintaro, and then Shao Kahn. You had to beat all three of them at one time. One right after the other. That was a nightmare. You love Shaolin Monks. Out of all the games that deserve a remaster, this hands down is one of the best games that deserve a remaster. I'm surprised NetherRealm has not re-released this. So we're going to try to keep them somewhat together. So I'll put Shaolin Monks. We're going to the next page in our binder. Okay, here. Let's go next. I got next on our list will be Guitar Hero 3, the only Guitar Hero game I own. Y'all remember when that was a thing? Dragon Quest 7, the Cursed King. There's another game. And then we got one of my. So this is a horror game that I was a big fan of. Extermination. It's kind of like The Thing. And when I first played it, I thought the game was phenomenal, right? And I was like, oh my god, Exterminate. Oh, look at this. You guys remember manuals? Instruction manuals? God dang it, I missed these. You know what? I bet you if I reread this, yeah, it tells you right here how to dodge. I wish I remembered that. I did a live stream recently where I played Extermination, and I don't know if it was just the live stream environment where, you're kind of pressured to be somewhat good at a game, or it's just I haven't played it in too long, but man, it was awful. I don't know if this hasn't aged well or if it's just too difficult, but yeah, we got Extermination right here. Here's more of an obscure game. So for those of you who don't know, I primarily play or collect very obscure games. Those are my favorite genres. Just games with unique ideas, and this is one of them. Ring of Red, not to be associated with the Xbox Ring of Death. This is a tactical World War II game. I think it's World War II or World War I. Well, it's an alternate history game where you command Japanese pilots in mechs going again. Is it Japanese? That's right. It is an alternate history. It's Southern Japan versus Northern Japan. That's right. It is alternate history. And you play as mech pilots. It's a tactical game. And what's really cool, I don't know how well you can see that, but you actually command your troops and you can look down the barrel and move your mechs. And they have a spider mech. They have bipedal mechs. They have little running mechs. Ring of Red is a great game, extraordinarily difficult. I've never beaten this. I just pulled out Dragon Quest 7. I don't mind. Oh no, Dragon Quest 8, Cursed King. I don't mind Dragon Quest games, but I don't know. When I originally played this, I don't know what it was. I just didn't get into the combat. The Dragon Quest games combat, still turn-based. I wouldn't say it's too strategic. And then eventually I got lost and never played it again. What's funny is this came with a demo for Final Fantasy 12. Ain't that fun? So, oops, not closing. We're not. There we go. We got it. Sort of. I'll try to figure out an order of these games. And then, yeah, we got the Legends of Rock Guitar Hero 3. I won't lie, I kind of low-key miss Guitar Hero games. They were nothing special, but I always like Guitar Hero. We'll throw that over here. For now, we'll figure out an order. This is Odin Sphere, by the way. Very beautiful, artistic game. Published by Atlas, one of my favorite studios that publishes games. One of my favorite publishers, I guess you could call it. Next on our list, the next page in our binder that we're putting away is Resident Evil Code Veronica X. That is the PlayStation 2 port of the Dreamcast game. And I think the X means we got extra, I don't know what you call it, content. We have Devil May Cry 1, Rogue Galaxy, which I actually just beat a few years ago, finally, for the first time. Y'all remember Rogue Galaxy? It was a great anime-style action JRPG. And MDK2, another game that I've owned forever and never beat. So let's see here if we can find it. Some of these, here's Rogue Galaxy. All right, found that one. So some of these I'm worried I still don't have my cases out for. Like, I don't see MDK's case here. But then again, I don't know if I even had a case for MDK. Here's Resident Evil Code Veronica X. We'll pull that out. And I don't know if I have a case for Devil May Cry anymore. I might not. Yeah, I don't. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, wait, I lied. Here's MDK right here. What did I think? Oh, first of all, hello, Link Peminade. I love your username. Holy crap. What did I think of the Resident Evil 2 remake? Now, Resident Evil 2 is my favorite old school Resident Evil game. I used to play the hell out of that. I really liked a majority of the remake. I do take a little bit of issue with, like, I call it stalking gameplay, where you always have a Dollar eats toast. Oh, okay. Oh, that's funny. I got the demo of Devil May Cry in here. I don't like stalker games. I'm not a huge fan of stalker games. There are some exceptions to the rule, like the Haunting Ground or Clock Tower 3. And that's because after a while, the being stalked by an enemy doesn't scare me anymore. It more irritates me. So, after a while, Resident Evil 2 being chased by Mr. X, I wouldn't say it got old, because they were able to balance being chased by him and avoiding him very well. But it doesn't really help the replay factor for me. I got the game good, but we haven't gotten into it. It's still a good game. It's fantastic. The graphics are great. The updated gameplay is fantastic. I love the updated gore. Like, you can see jaws coming off. You see, like, chunks of skin getting blown off. I do enjoy that. I'm just not a big fan of being stalked constantly. So that was a bit of a bummer. But overall, yeah, I've still really enjoyed Resident Evil 2 remake. And yeah, no, I highly recommend it. I think it's really good. The few issues I have with it are not enough to deter me from replaying it. I just haven't gotten around to replaying it again. Yeah, it looks like I lost my Devil May Cry case. That's a bummer. Next page. The Bouncer. Oh, here we go. This is a franchise I'm a huge fan of. We got my Soul Reaver games, my Blood Omen franchise, Legacy of Kain, whatever you want to call it. All right. Is it better than Resident Evil 7? What? Damn it. Which one was 7? Was 7 the first person one with the redneck family? I'll put the Bouncer away while we talk about that. This was my very first PS2 game, the Bouncer, and I still believe it has some of the best graphics on the console. Yeah, if 7 is the one I'm thinking about with the family, which I think it is it? Yeah, the swamp stuff. Yeah. Okay, look. I love the idea that Resident Evil went first person. I think that was a brilliant way to keep the genre fresh in that franchise. Yeah, this is the Bouncer, by the way. one of PlayStation 2's launch titles. It's basically a Final Fight style beat 'em up. I just always love the fact that the main character had a big old like BDSM collar, his own little leash. I always thought that was funny. But 7's stalking thing got really old really quickly at the start. I was not a fan of the mold enemies. Resident Evil to me has always been about really cool enemies. And with Resident Evil 7, most of them were just blobs. So that was always a big issue with me. And when you get to the point in the game where you lose all your weapons again, it went from being tense to just, I'm over it. You know? I really wanted the game to end at that point. I did like the family a lot, though. I did like the family a lot. Story was all right. So we got 3 of my favorite franchises, games in my franchise right here. We got Soul Reaver 2, Blood Omen 2, Legacy of Kain Defiance. I just finally beat this game on a live stream recently. I beat Soul Reaver 1 and Soul Reaver 2 recently, and I think I beat Soul Reaver 2. Did I beat Soul Reaver 2? Or did I beat the first one? Pretty sure I beat both. How does this one end? I don't know. Damn it, now I can't remember. I can't remember if I beat this one or not. Yes, I did. I did beat this one on live stream. Because it had that great opening where Kane's doing his big old speech. I forgot about that. Yeah, great game. I love the Soul Reaver franchise. My only complaint with Soul Reaver are the controls. And I'm looking... I don't think the controls aged well. Blood Omen 2 is a game... Blood Omen 2 is not the best one of the franchise. They went a weird direction in that one, but I remember the combat was good. And you get to play as Kain again. You know what? And I'm always down for more Kain. I enjoyed Blood Omen 2, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not the best one of the franchise. And then my personal favorite out of all of them is Legacy of Kain Defiance. This is where they finally swapped it out to more of a Devil May Cry action game. And it was fun because you got to play as Raziel and Kain, who, I don't care what anyone thinks, I think these two are the greatest rivals in gaming. I really love the way these two play off each other. Poor Raziel cannot trust a single person, and Kain's like, Raziel, please, I'm trying to tell you the truth. No, you're not. You threw me in the abyss. Raziel, I'm literally the only one telling you the truth. Not all the truth, but some of the truth. Yeah, I like the Legacy of Kain game, Defiance. Put all 3 of those together right here next to the bouncer. All right, we got a few other, next page. We got Dark Cloud, a JRPG, action JRPG that I just can't get into. I recently played it for a live stream, and I lasted like 2 hours before the mechanics of the thirst, the food, the length of the dungeons and everything really wore me thin. Oh, breakable weapons. That's the other thing. It has breakable weapons. Not a fan of that. I don't like it in my Zelda, and I did not like it in Dark Cloud. We got The Bard's Tale, which is a great action comedy game in the style of Diablo, top-down isometric. Really takes the piss on a lot of gaming tropes, which is a lot of fun. Monster Rancher 4, right up here, which is one of the best Monster Rancher games. This is the one that lets you raise multiple critters at once and has an amazing, a legitimate storyline to it, surprisingly. And then the last one here is Jedi Starfighter. Y'all remember the Rogue Squadron games? I do. Rogue Squadron was great. Let's see here. Now, I saw a Jedi Starfighter here a second ago. There it is. Jedi Starfighter. We need Dark Cloud, which is right here. And the Bard's Tale, which is right here by Tony Hawk. Great games. Bard's Tale is one of those games that I want to go back and play, but it starts off slow. Now, here's the best part. Now, I don't know if everyone can see this, but at the bottom of the disc, you see that right there? It says, for a really disturbing image, flip disc over. Yeah, I like the Bard's Tale. It just starts off a little slow. That's all. We'll put Dark Cloud away. So, no Devil May Cry case. That might actually be somewhere else in my storage. What is this? Oh, my Far Cry 2 instruction manual. It got misplaced. I don't know where to put loose instruction manuals. We'll throw that over here. Jedi Starfighter, probably one of the best Rogue Squadron style games. What really made this game so cool is you get Jedi powers in your ship. So you can slow down time, use Force Lightning, and I can't remember exactly some of the other abilities, but you get 3 or 4 abilities, and it's one of the few prequel related things I really liked. And I believe you can actually unlock a sneak preview of Star Wars Episode 2 with this. So that was cool. Next page. Now we're getting into some of my darker games. We got Trapped, Indigo Prophecy, Manhunt, and Kessen. Kessen, again, being one of the first games I owned on the PlayStation 2. A samurai-based tactical game that I remember quite fondly, actually. I really enjoyed it, from what I can recall. Yeah, it was, I think, the second or third game I owned for the PlayStation. For the PlayStation 2. So we got Manhunt right here. We got Indigo Prophecies case. Gotta move Mortal Kombat aside. Here we go. There we go. Manhunt. Now, Manhunt, I want to talk to you all about this game, because this has one of the greatest instruction manuals ever made. So the instruction manual is kind of done like a catalog. All right. So for those of you who don't know, Manhunt is considered one of the most horrifically violent games known to man. It was banned. It was contested in Congress. This was a horrifically violent game made by Rockstar Studio. It's actually the only Rockstar game I own. And what's really cool is their instruction manual acts as a catalog and as an advertisement to the snuff films that they're selling. So like right here, Born Again, starring James Earl Cash, that's the main character. You could buy this for $25. Buy 4 videos, get 1 free. You know what? I wonder if that website was real back in the day. Yeah, and it has like everything here is just explaining the game while also making it look like a catalog. And if I remember correctly, there's a part in here. Right here. It's possible you found this catalog in an alley, stumbled across it at a friend's apartment. Or you uncovered it at a scene of a crime. Put it down, forget you ever saw it, and remember the phrase, I didn't see anything. If you're still reading this, I hope you're supposed to. Whoever gave this to you has to vouch for you, and they know the risk that it is, even if you don't. Our clientele has been hand-selected for the appreciation of our art. But for some reason, you lose the taste for our films, they will gladly give you the full first-hand experience. Yeah, I like Manhunt a lot. Second one's not bad either, but it was ruined by the censorship. I got the Wii one, too, which made you act out the murders. That was pretty nuts. All right, so we'll put Manhunt away. The only Rockstar game I own. Trapped. Trapped was the 4th game in the Deception franchise, even though it doesn't follow the Deception storyline. It's where you lure people into your home and murder them in a wide variety of ways using traps on the floor, ceiling, and wall. They all have fantastic storylines, which is really funny because they always start off like horrific, and then you always realize, oh wait, I'm the good guy, and these people are worse than me, which is funny. What I love about this one, it's rated M for violence and blood, and gameplay is so gruesome you won't believe your eyes. It's actually not that violent. Out of all the Deception games, I think this is the most sterilized. It's still a lot of fun to play. It's just, I haven't beaten this because it takes forever. Every chapter could be upwards of 35 to 40 minutes, maybe an hour, depending how many enemies you're trying to destroy. Great game, though. Indigo Prophecy. I just pulled this out. This was made by, I think this is the same guy who did Detroit Becomes Human and Heavy Rain. It's basically a interactive movie. You gotta control a guy accused of a murder, and you gotta control the police officer looking for him. I always thought this was a good game. Got really weird at the end, though. Not like Twin Peaks weird either. More like a X-Files weird. You know what I'm saying? Finally, we got Kessen. And if I'm going through my list here. Oh, there it is. Kessen. Always liked this game. They made 3 of these, I think. And each one got a little more in the fantasy realm. I know there's fantasy elements in this game. I think you can control weather weapons and stuff. But I think the other games got like heavily into the fantasy elements. I should replay Kessen. I did beat that one, though. One of the few games I did beat. Excuse me. Good God. Next on our page. Okay, so we got Contra, Shattered Soldier, one of the hardest Contra games I've ever played. I've never beaten that one. Really good, though. I love the soundtrack. A very obscure game, Mr. Mosquito, where you play as a mosquito who has to feed off a husband, a wife, and their daughter, and basically the grandmother. And you drive them more and more insane as the game goes on, to the point where they basically lock up the home and go like full body armor with sprays and fly swatters as you're like, it's a hot summer and you're causing them to be itchy and itchy and itchy. And then you're watching the family go more and more insane as you're feeding off of them. I've always liked Mr. Mosquito. It's one of those games, unfortunately, I never beat. I got one of those awful GameStop stickers on this. I hate this. And you don't want to peel these off, really, because they always leave the paper residue behind. I hate it. Contra, Shattered Soldier. Now I got a funny history about this game. This is a blue disc PS2 game. God, look at that reflection, people. So, blue disc PlayStation 2 games were notorious for not working on PlayStation 2 consoles. They would get disc read errors. Doesn't matter how much you polish them or what. Blue bottom discs would sometimes give you a disc read error, and Sony knew about this. This was one of those like Red Ring of Deaths or the Yellow Light of Death, a manufacturer problem that they knew about but didn't really, do anything about it. And I actually had to contact Sony's repair company, and they were going to charge me a lot of money, and I basically kind of politely yet firmly went off on them about it, because it wasn't my problem, it was their blasted PS2's problem, and they ended up fixing everything for free. I was finally able to play Contra again. But yeah, Contra Shattered Soldier. Great soundtrack, hard as hell. I think I only beat one level. Next, we got a game near and dear to my heart, which will be Killzone 1. Right here. Now, the reason Killzone's near and dear to my heart is because I was chosen to be a beta tester on their multiplayer online. So I got the certificate on my wall from back in the day that says I was a member of PlayStation's gaming testing community, whatever the hell they called it back in the day. I don't know if I can even see it on my wall. Where is it? Yeah, there it is. The Gamer Advisory Panel. I got a certificate saying you're a part of the Gamer Advisory Panel on PlayStation 2. And they would give me games for free to beta test, and then I had to send emails out and all such. And Killzone, their online beta, I tested. I helped, play test this game. It was really cool. I had to send emails and all sorts of stuff on how to play this online. And it was a lot of freaking fun. I really enjoyed it. One of the few times I kind of worked with the industry, I guess. But I really like Killzone 1. Killzone 2, story not so much. Multiplayer, hell yeah. Killzone 2 has great multiplayer. Finally, we have Harvest Moon, Save the Homeland. One of the few Harvest games I actually did beat. I've beaten it several times, actually. I did save the Homeland twice, at least twice. And if I remember correctly, this is one of the very few Harvest Moon games where you can have a kid and then play as your kid. I think that's this one. It might be this one. Don't quote me on that. Oh, we got a lot of stuff to cover through. Let's go through. All right, we got Mercenaries 2, one of my favorite open world games. Brutal Legend. I really hate that game. Silent Hill 3 and Silent Hill 4, The Room. So I cannot put away Silent Hill 3 because I never got a case for it. I bought that game loose, funny enough. But I do have Silent Hill 4, The Room right here. We can put that one away. This is not my favorite Silent Hill. I like a lot of the ideas about it. I like the creepy first-person perspective in the apartment. Really boosts the fear. But overall, I'm not a fan of the game forcing you to redo several levels over and over again. I'm not a big fan of that. I don't like the ghosts. I don't like that you cannot kill the ghosts. It's just a personal preference, really. I mean, I know other people like it, but I just never got into it. Let's see here. Trying to find Brutal Legends case. Nope, Brutal Legend might still be in storage. Mercenaries 2. I don't think I have that one here either. That's a bummer. Yeah, no Mercenaries 2 case, so those are still in storage. I gotta dig those out. And like I said, I don't have a case for Silent Hill 3 yet, which is a bummer. But speaking about horror games, we're going to go towards one of the few horror trilogies I actually did complete. Onimusha! I don't have Onimusha 3 anymore, though. But Onimusha, this was a fantastic franchise. And their biggest selling factor back in the day was that they had actual Japanese actors playing the main characters. I don't know if they tell you that in this. Yeah, Samanosuke. I remember that. Each game had a different Japanese actor, with the third game having French actor Jean Reno as one of the main characters. And I think Jean Reno used a whip or something. But yeah, Onimusha 1 and 2. I either traded in or don't have 3 anymore. Yeah, so Samanosuke is in the first one. Jubei is in the second one. That's right. They were good hack and slash horror games. I'm a big fan of those. Next, we have Red Faction, Join the Revolution. This is the first-person Red Faction game. This is the first one. Funny story is this was one of the first games I played that used 2 joysticks on a controller. And I could not figure out for the life of me how to use 2 joysticks on a controller. I was used to strafing on a PC or, GoldenEye, right? So I couldn't play this originally. Funny enough, I actually never beat this game. I never played it since. But I did play the PS3 one, which I really liked. Next we have Burnout. Right here. Burnout. What a start of a fantastic franchise. I ended up owning all the Burnout games up to Revenge, which I had originally on PlayStation 2, and then I bought again on Xbox 360, because Burnout, here it is right here actually, Burnout Revenge, Platinum Hits. I actually rebought my 360 just for this game. I love freaking Burnout Revenge. This is one of the greatest racing games of all time. I stopped at Burnout Paradise, though. The whole open world thing was not my thing. I did not like the open world aspect at all. It slowed the game down too much. And then that's when Criterion ended up joining up with EA, and they stopped making the Burnout franchise and went more towards a crash-focused Need for Speed. Wasn't the same. I never got back into it. Fatal, what's up, my man? Dude! Jesus, it's been forever. Freaking miss you, dude. Burnout 3 Takedown was your favorite. I've been fantastic. I did not expect to see you. God dang. I love you, dude. I missed you so much. I like Burnout 3, though, a lot. Takedown was a lot of fun. I don't know where my other Burnout games went to, unfortunately. I got Burnout 1. I don't know where the other ones went. Fatal, how's life been treating you, bud? You should really join our Discord sometime. Next on our list, we have Katamari, Grimoire, what the hell, Devil Digital Saga, and the Persona 4 game. So let's go down that list. I got Katamari right here. I got Grimoire right here. Devil Digital Saga right here. I have 1 and 2. And hands down, one of my favorite JRPGs of all time, Persona 4, which I dropped about 150 hours or so into this game. You have no idea. I made sure to get every damn thing. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Just comment on the video or something, and then I'll respond with a Discord link, or give me your Discord, whatever. We'll figure it out, buddy. We'll figure it out. You gotta join, man. I miss you. All right, we'll put Persona 4 back. This is one of the few JRPGs that engrossed me so much that I 100% of the game. Got the bad ending, got the good ending, got the best ending. It was, see, bud, it was, God dang it, it was just a damn good game. Wait, what? I had the soundtrack? Jesus Christ. I never knew the second disc was the soundtrack. Oh my God, that makes me happy. Oh my God, because this game had a stellar soundtrack. Where the hell my games go? There they are. Devil Digital Saga by Shin Megami Tensei. There we go. Another game I never played. So there was a time in my life where I was just collecting games that came from Atlas. All right? So I would, if I never heard of it, and it came from, that's Indigo. What the hell am I doing? Yeah, if it came from Atlas and I never heard of it, I bought it. All right? That's just how it was. Same with NIS. Right here. NIS software. Never heard of it. I'd buy it. Now, that wasn't always a win-win. I got a lot of garbage games from doing that. But that method also got me some of my best games, including Kuon, which is a FromSoft game, and Rule of Rose from Atlas, which is one of my favorite horror games of all time and one of the rarest games I own. And I got that for like 60, 70 bucks back in the day. All because I liked the cover art and it came from Atlas. Like, legitimately. I was like, oh, it's an Atlas game. Cool cover art. Let's buy this. And it turned out, I just happened to get a freaking rare game. Later in life, of course, it became super rare. All right, Tony Hawk's Underground, one of the only sports games I actually really enjoyed. Let's see here. Devil Digital Saga. Oh, no. Nocturne. Oh, shoot. I don't think I have that case out. I don't. Oh, wait. Yes, I do. Right here. I was like, it's dark red. Nocturne was a horror or very dark themed Shin Megami Tensei game. Got this for Christmas one year. I kept asking for this. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years. I was like, Christmas list, birthday list, Christmas list. I mean, all sorts of lists. I've never played it. I've owned this game forever. I've still never played it. We should change that sometime. Metal Saga. This is one of those Atlas games I was telling you about. I got this at 4Gamers. Oh, God, look at that stupid sticker. Why if I could peel that off without ripping anything? Nope. Just want to leave it there. Another Atlas game that I bought strictly because it was Atlas. This is a very weird game. It's not really story driven, and there's dozens of different endings that you could trigger by mistake. I liked it though. The ending I got was I proposed to one of the female characters, and then my characters retired, and that was it. Game over. I was like, okay, that just happened. All right, I think we're coming to the end of our PlayStation 2 list here. Yep, we're going to hit PlayStation 3. I hope you're all ready for PlayStation 3. Next on our list is Dog's Life, which is a really bizarre PS2 game. And I mean that legitimately. Like, the things they put in the Dog's Life game makes no sense. You're trying to save your doggy girlfriend from being turned into cat food. Not by accident either. They actually kidnap dogs to grind them up into cat food. Video games! We also have Odin Sphere, which unfortunately, I was going to play that this year because we're doing the Year of the Weird on our live stream where I play unique and weird games. So I sat down, and before I do a game on a live stream, I kind of like watching a little bit of the gameplay because, like, you gotta see if it's going to be good content for a live stream. And from what I was watching, it was either Grim Grimoire, where's Grim Grimoire? Or this one. No, Odin Sphere might be stream worthy. Grim Grimoire, I was watching the gameplay footage of that, and it's awful. It's just absolutely awful. It's one dungeon from what I watched. It's just a very slow kill everything in the room and then repeat. I think Odin Sphere is the one that is an actual, like, adventure game. Wasn't Grim Grimoire the one with the girl with... Nope, that wasn't it. There was another game in this art style where the woman had, like, an really exaggerated... maybe that's the PlayStation 3 one. It got a lot of flack. She had a very exaggerated chest. And people, like, went off about how sexualized it was. Dog's Life. Here we go. Weird ass game right here. Hip Games. I've never even heard of this company. We will be playing Dog's Life, though, this year in our live streams. Next, we got Evil Dead Regeneration and Evil Dead Fistful of Boomstick. I tried replaying Fistful of Boomstick not recently. Oh, I don't know, maybe like a few years ago? No, quite a few years ago. And it was really difficult. I don't remember it being that hard. Regeneration, I think, is the easier one of the two. Both are phenomenal games. What's really good with Fistful of Boomstick, though, is you have a insult button. If you push triangle, Bruce Campbell just insults the monsters. Like, you can do that constantly. It's great. And if you don't push play, he insults you. So I love that. Now we have, yeah, I think this is a game where I don't have the case out because I didn't see it recently. So the last games on our list here are Psyops, made by Midway. Fantastic game. Hey, Ashley, my love, how you doing? I'm glad you caught us. Yeah, I don't think I have Psyops' Oh, see, every time I say I don't have the case out, I find it. What the hell's in here? Psyops is a fantastic game. Really, really good. But the difficulty spike is outrageous. I'll try to say outrageous and insane at the same time. The difficulty spike in the last 3 areas is just brutal. Invisible enemies that can do one-hit kills. Oh god, the last boss fight will really test your limits. But still, Psyops, great game. Really violent too, but what could you expect? It was Midway. The last PlayStation 2 game I have that we don't have the case for. I do own the case. It's in store. So my Wii U games, I guess, and a few of my other PS2 games, their cases are still in storage. Because I don't see it. But it's Twisted Metal Black with Twisted Metal Black Online. Oh, wait, no, it's up here. There it is. I put it with my horror games. Twisted Metal Black is hands down the greatest PlayStation 2 game ever made. Fight me. It is graphically beautiful, plays like a dream, holds up to this day, and has a phenomenal storyline. Twisted Metal Black is by far like this company's greatest achievement. It's a shame we never got a proper sequel. Yeah, I know we had the PS3 Twisted Metal, but come on. It doesn't hold a candle to this. And this sucker, let's go over this, had a big, thick instruction manual. Look at this. The instruction manual had all this extra art inside of it that made it look like the journal of the characters. I think the instruction manual is done in the point of view of, it's the point of view of No Face, who I think is Roadkill in this game. Where's the character list? Yeah, the instruction manual is from his point of view. Not Brimstone, not Junkyard Dog. Or, no, he might be Crazy 8, actually. Yeah, Roadkill is John Doe. Yeah, Crazy 8. No Face. The instruction manual is from his point of view. You got all these notes right here. All this really cool, background information. Calypso took upon himself to modify each of our vehicles to execute, I hate that word, these energy attacks. I could imagine him touching my father's prized car. Yeah, and look at this, Sweet Tooth Killer on the loose. You have these newspaper articles. I miss instruction manuals so much. Yeah, these tell you all the weapons. Oh yeah, Twisted Metal's hidden weapon codes. And then you had all these really cool backgrounds of every character. Like my personal favorite is the Preacher who drives Brimstone. I also really like Dollface and Bloody Mary. Twisted Metal Black was the definition of a perfect game. And just hard enough to keep you on your toes. Unless you're really damn good at Twisted Metal Black, each level could take you up to 40 minutes to beat. I'm awful at the game, so. But I did beat it. Again, one of the very few games I actually did a 100% completion. Every character, every unlocked level, every single ending. Great game. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to the PlayStation 3. Boo, 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 boo. Now, PlayStation 2 is hands down one of my favorite consoles today. But I own a lot more PlayStation 3 games than I did PlayStation 2. I'm currently building up a PlayStation 2 collection, hunting down very specific games. But I played a lot more on my PS3. I think I played more. It might be even. Might be even. All right. We are starting off the PlayStation 3 discs with my absolute favorite franchise on the PlayStation 3. One of the greatest first-person shooter franchises I've ever played. I don't know if you guys are big fans of it, and if you're not, you're missing out. The Resistance Trilogy. That's what we're starting ourselves off with today. We got Resistance 1, Resistance 2. Where the hell's my other one? All right, Resistance 3, Resistance 2. Where's the case for... right here. Resistance 1. For those of you who don't know, this takes place during World War II when aliens invade and interrupt the war. And then during each game, you are playing as different characters. I think 1 and 3 uses the same character. And you're basically trying to take down the alien invasion. What makes these games so much fun is you get to steal alien weapons, and they are so much god dang fun to play. Oh, hey, I got my old receipt in here. 4Gamers Video Games. Store credit, $5. That's amazing. Yeah, the alien weapons are really cool. One of my favorite weapons is, do you remember in Fifth Element, you got the gun where you tag somebody and the bullets follow them? They have a gun similar to that in the Resistance franchise. I think it's called the Bullseye. You tag an enemy and you can just shoot anywhere and the bullets will fly over and hit the enemy. But it also had a really cool X-ray mode where you could see enemies through walls when you bring it up like that. And my personal favorite is the handgun. It's a revolver with explosive rounds. So you could tag several enemies at once and then just flick a button and just watch them all explode. Freaking A, the Resistance franchise is fantastic. Love Resistance. I put that in the wrong order. Somebody will take a look at my collection and be like, you put the games in backwards. What's wrong with you? And then I'll be like, why'd you break into my house? Next we have a game that stars one of my favorite villains of all time, Far Cry 3 with Voss. Was his name Voss or Vaughn? Oh, hell, no, I can't remember. This did not come with an instruction manual. Well, it did, but not really. Yeah, this is when, like, instruction manuals started becoming nothing. See that? Look at that. That's the whole manual. It's so stupid. It doesn't even tell you the storyline. Vaughn? Vosh? Crap, I can't remember the villain's name right now. Ain't that something? I go on about how this guy's one of my favorite villains, and now I can't remember his damn name. Yeah, this is the thing. They advertise the multiplayer more than anything. Anyways, one of my favorite villains of all time. I love him to death. Next on our list, we got a very obscure game. This was a game originally advertised on PlayStation 3 to showcase its technology, but it ended up in development hell for ages. Like, I think it was supposed to be not a launch title, but like first year release, and it didn't come out till many, many years later. And it's unfortunate because I thought the game was quite fun, and that would be Africa. Right here. It's a photography game. This is a very laid-back game where you play as a African photographer. That is a man who is taking photos of Africa, not a man from Africa. Voss. It is Voss. Thank you, Ashley. I love you so much. It's a beautiful game. It does have a storyline. You're basically looking for a very rare lion to prove that this lion still exists. And you just go around taking photos of animals. That's it. You don't die. No time limits. What made this game rather difficult, though, is certain animals trying to get 100%, because certain animals only appear at certain times of the day, and it's all random, and they could be very small, like lizards or insects, to get photos of. I never platinumed this game, but I got very close to it. The only negative I would really say is it has a god-awful amount of load times. I think it's a 5-minute load just to get the game running. After that, it's not so bad, but yeah, still. Great game, though. I like Africa a lot. Next, we got one of the greatest fighting games of all time, mixed with one of the most mediocre fighting games of all time. Mortal Kombat 9 and Mortal Kombat vs. DC. I gotta check up here, because a lot of my Mortal Kombat games are steelbooks, not that one. So Mortal Kombat 9 is right here. Mortal Kombat vs. DC is right here. I actually liked Mortal Kombat vs. DC. The combat was decent for the 3D era that they were in. And I loved the storyline. Honestly, it was just the fatalities that were awful. I mean, if Warner Brothers weren't going to allow them to do fatalities, then they should have just not done them, because they were terrible. Come on, there we go. Mortal Kombat 9, hands down, one of the greatest Mortal Kombat games since 2. Easily. No loading times would ever be worse than PlayStation Harry Potter. I've never played any of the Harry Potter games. I'll put 9 and DC right there. Next! Ghostbusters, the video game. Officially Ghostbusters 3, in my opinion. Also one of the greatest movie franchise games of all time. I dare say this beats out GoldenEye as one of the best franchise games. This is so damn good, because this one's actually original. GoldenEye just follows the movie. This is original. And they got the whole cast, and I loved it. Great game. Let's see here. Next. There it is. Dragon's Crown. That's the one with the busty woman I was telling you about. All right, so we got one of my favorite weird games, followed by one of my favorite open world games, followed by a game I've never played, and followed by, and I say this, my friends, with no exaggeration, one of the worst games of all time. Y'all don't even know. Let's go down the list. First up is Deadly Premonition, the Director's Cut. Love this freaking game. Love this game so much. I have this weird enjoyment of worlds where everything's weird, but nobody notices it's weird. I love the Twin Peaks style universe where everyone just accepts the normality of the weirdness around them. So like Deadly Premonition, Twin Peaks, Control, Alan Wake. I love those worlds. Next is, again, one of my favorite open world games of all time, Saboteur! Saboteur! By Pandemic. May that company rest in peace. I really wish they got another chance, because Pandemic was a fantastic company. Damn it, I love these games. This and Mercenaries. Great games. What I loved is to get around the AO rating, because DLC is unrated. You could use a code to get the topless dancers in the opening. You know I did that. Saboteur. Also, let me tell you all this. I'm getting excited remembering this. This is also one of the few open world games with fantastic driving. Driving in open world games is always awful. Not in this. Driving was one of the biggest mechanics of the game, and the driving mechanics were great. Plus the fact that anything occupied by Nazi Germany was being black and white, and you're bringing literal color back into the world as you know, get rid of the occupation. Oh, great game. Love Saboteur. I hope it gets a lot of love. Dragon's Crown. This is the game I mentioned that had some controversy because the overly busty main character. There she is. She might be on the cover. She is on the cover, but they covered her chest up, which is hilarious. So, I don't know if y'all could see this, but this witch right here was drawn in the game very bustified, and a lot of people had issues of it when it came out. I think that was during the whole Gamersgate thing, so like it was a very hot button topic at the time. Now, one of the worst games I own, one of the worst games of all time, one of the most broken games in the world, and yet I still play it, I still beat it. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you one of my favorite awful games, Venetica. Venetica. This game's trash. All right, for those people at Romebox Games, thank you for giving me this. Thank you. It's so awful. I have NPCs that are vital to missions spawn inside pillars, so I have to talk to a pillar. Subtitles would overlap each other and then remain on the screen until you reset the game. So you just get subtitle on top of subtitle. And at one point, when you do the African mission in Venetica, all subtitles and text bork out and become a big, glitchy, gibberish mess. The lighting in this game could break at any time, leaving you in the dark, literally, like you can't see anything. This is one of the most broken games I own, and I love it. Like, legitimate. If this game was, like, actually playable from start to finish, I think it would be, like, at least, like, a 7. But in its broken state, it's like playing Plan 9 from Outer Space or Manos, The Hands of Fate. It's so broken and bad. I love it. I love this game. It's so awful. I have beaten it. You can beat it. It just really tests your patience on how awful it is. Speaking of awful games, now I do not believe this game is bad, but everyone seems to disagree with me. Our next page is Duke Nukem Forever, followed by one of my favorite racing games, not as good as the Burnout franchise, but a close second, which is Split Second. I think it's a Disney game, funny enough. Then we got Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. So, Arkham City, I already have the case right here. Hello, Rocco. My dog decided to join us. So, we got Arkham City right here. Split Second. I had to get a replacement case. The original case for Split Second broke. Now, Split Second is one of Disney's games. This is a phenomenal racing game, and let me explain why. Because Split Second is a racing game where you can alter the race course by doing specific things. You could there's an airplane level. There's airport level where you could knock down something and then actually go inside the airport driving around. You could drive on the planes. So depending on how you play per level, you could actually alter the racetrack permanently. Really good game. Really difficult, though. I don't have the original case. Arkham Asylum is next. Now, Arkham Asylum, obviously, is one of the great Batman games. It's the first Batman game in the Arkham series. I still say, out of all of them, it is the best one. Trying to see where my case for that went, though. I don't see my case for wait. Oh, I thought I put it up on top of another game. I don't think I did. Oh, that's weird. I wonder where it went to. All right, so I guess I didn't pull out the Batman case, so I can't put that one away yet. Actually, I think Arkham Asylum was a special edition I got. So, oh, it is. Here it is. I was looking for a normal case. It was a special edition I bought. Yeah, Rocksteady. This was Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill, and oh god, who played Harley Quinn? Tara Strong as Harley Quinn. Great franchise. Yeah, there we go. And finally, Duke Nukem Forever. I like the game. I think it was just doomed to fail. To me, it was very Duke Nukem. I don't know why people really... Well, I know why people didn't like it, but... On our next page, we're going into some... going into superhero territory mixed with a little anime, weeaboo, and action part. Let's just get to it. Number 1 is Hyperdimension Neptunia, which was a very interesting game where you played as I think it was the Sega console. I think you played as the Sega console during the console wars. You have to team up with Xbox, Nintendo, and Sony. And they're all based off like anime girls. I remember Xbox was very busty. And I think PlayStation's girl was like a real smartass. Oh, Rocksteady and Bebop. I was ready. Sorry, I went to Cowboy Bebop. I'm sorry. We also have South Park, Stick of Truth. Fantastic game. I actually did beat that one. And one of my favorite small franchises on PlayStation, Infamous 1 and 2. I got Infamous 3 on PlayStation 4. I forget what that one was called. Sons of Infamous? I can't remember. But we got Infamous 1 with, I think his name was Cole Young, wasn't it? No, Cole McGrath. That's right. Infamous, where you get to control lightning powers. Beat both of these. I beat all 3 of them. Hey! Hey! Go on. Sorry. Dog and cats, what can you do? Yeah, love the Infamous games very much. Really well made. A lot of fun. All right, we got South Park, Stick of Truth. Again, one of the... Just so well made. So well done. Hyperdimension Neptunia, I never beat... Oh, here we go. You can see the characters here. So that's the Sony girl, there's the busty Xbox girl, and that's the Nintendo girl. And I believe you're the Sega girl. There's a bunch of these Hyperdimension Neptunia games. The combat's not good, though. So I never beat it. Now, the combat on the PC version, they really fixed it up. They made it nicer. But, never beat them. I own the PC version. Just never got around to finishing it. We got Red Faction, Armageddon, Akaba's Trip, or Akaba's Strip. One of my favorite games of all time. Saints Row 3! And Splatterhouse. Now, Saints Row 3 is actually in a display box up there. Way over my head. I can't reach it right now, so it's going to stay in my binder for a little longer. But we got Red Faction, Armageddon. I beat one of the Red Faction games. I can't remember if it's this one or the one with the hammer. There's Armageddon and there's another third-person Red Faction. I can't remember which one I beat. Akabe Strip is a game where you hunt down vampires in Tokyo, and to beat them, you have to strip them by smashing apart their clothes with all sorts of weird weapons. I just vaguely remember my weapon of choice was a keyboard, so I'd just be smashing people with the keyboard. It's cheeky. The humor's good. It's very ecchi. It's not that good. You know, one day I just sat down and marathon the living hell out of it, and I beat it really quickly. I was like, yeah. All right. There's a weird subplot with you and your sister. That was very weird. I don't know. Oh, wait a second. Which one is that then? Oh, that's Saints Row the 4th. Here's my Saints Row the 3rd. God, the cases are, yeah, well, it's all purple. Saints Row the 3rd. My top 3 games of all time on the PlayStation 3. One of my favorite fighting games, brawlers right here, Splatterhouse. I'm obsessed with Splatterhouse. I don't care what anyone says. I think the game was great. It has problems. It has bugs. It has its own issues. It's not a flawless game, but it's a lot of fun. Killer soundtrack, though. Next page of our binder, we're going to be looking at Injustice, God Among Us, Wet, Mirror's Edge, and a game I highly recommend to people who are a fan of fantasy adventure RPGs, The Reckoning, Kingdom of Amalur. That is a very unfortunate game because the studio that made it took loans out. I can't remember where this was made. It was overseas. They took a bunch of loans out to get the game made, weren't able to pay the loans back in time, and the whole studio shut down. Big, huge games and 3-0 studios. Which sucks, because I really like Kingdom of Amalur, The Reckoning. It's basically an MMO without the MMO. You got this big open world, tons of side quests, a lot of badass weapons, tons of ways to customize your character. We got Injustice right here. Start of the whole Injustice trilogy. Love the storyline. I always like the idea of an evil Superman. This is a Wet. It is a fun franchise. It gets a little wonky control-wise and camera-wise near the end. But basically, this is a Grindhouse game, complete with Grindhouse-style commercials. There's a moment, every time you die, the film rips, and they have to rewind the film so to continue. Oh my god, the soundtrack to Wet is so good. I actually found a lot of bands I really like because of this game's soundtrack. I think it's the Arkhams is one of the bands. Let's see here. They might have a soundtrack list on the back. Oh, they don't. Damn. Yeah, they don't have a credits list. Yeah, but I found the band, the Arkhams. Amazing Hellbell, rockabilly, grungy soundtrack with Wet. I highly recommend it. By the way, if you're wondering who autographed this, it was Pro Jared from Screw Attack. I don't know why I had him autograph this. I mean, I do, but my logic was badly flawed. So I have a randomly autographed copy of that. And here's a game that I originally liked and then disliked the longer I played it. I do not have an actual copy of the disc. I bought it used, but Mirror's Edge. This is one of those games that starts off so cool, but then becomes so precise near the end. It's just not fun anymore. But it's one of those games that's a great experiment. Does that make sense? All right, now we're touching in on the weird, which is most of my collection. We have Catherine, Never Dead, Knight's Contract, which is basically one big escort mission. I know, right? And Tornado Outbreak. Tornado Outbreak is you play as a small little tornado and you're trying to do as much damage as possible. I think there's a storyline with an evil tornado or some bollocks like that. I can't remember. But it's cutesy. It's fun. It's very easy to play. I got maybe 2 hours into it, never beat it. But we're changing that. We're streaming that game this year. Never Dead, a game where you're literally playing an immortal. You can't die in this game. There's no game overs unless you get swallowed or if you're the girl you're helping out dies. Never Dead, you play as an immortal mercenary. And what's really fun is when your body gets blown apart, you can smack people around with your arms. You can roll around as your head to collect all your limbs. And yeah, it's a very good game. I actually beat this in one sitting. I had a day off, sat down and played for like 7 hours straight. And good game. I liked it. I don't know if I'd ever replay it. But yeah, Never Dead was really good. Another fun experiment. Who the hell made this? Konami. The soundtrack by Megadeth. That's always a win. Next we have is Catherine, which is a very strange puzzle game where you play a man debating between a sexy girl named Catherine or a sexy girl named Catherine. And you have to decide which Catherine you want. Catherine with a K or Catherine with a C. It's weird. It's bizarre. A lot of weird sheep running around. Boobs. From what I remember, good game. Never beat it, though. That's one we're tempted to playing this year. We might play Catherine. We might beat it. Knight's Contract is the next game we're putting away. I should have that case here. Right here. This is a game where you are escorting a mage girl on a quest or something. I got no damn clue. I only played an hour of it. But it's basically one giant escort mission, except the character you're protecting is actually like, competent. I paid $22 for this. I don't remember it being bad. I think I just never got deep into it. Most games I own, I play for a good hour just to test them out. And depending how I feel, I keep going. Next is one of my favorite weird games of all time, Earth Defense Force. Which one is this? 2025. I still argue it has one of the greatest boss battles in gaming history, where you are taking down the alien forces. Everyone around you dies. It's just you and an onslaught of aliens. And as you're fighting, the news reporter in your headset is like, there's one man left, one man fighting. And you hear the Earth is rooting you on. Your general is giving you a huge speech. I'm sitting there with my machine gun, feeling all Starship Troopers. Freaking EDF 2025 has one of the greatest ending battles of all times, and I will not be convinced otherwise. Where the hell? Hey, I found Brutal Legend. Wait a second, was Brutal Legend the goddamn... Oh, it was the PS3 game. Oh, shoot, Mercenaries 2 and Brutal Legend were both PS3 games. Ha! That's funny. Well, here's Brutal Legend. Hey! Knock it off, you guys. Brutal Legend goes there. Which means Mercenaries 2 must be here also, right? No, I guess not. My games are out of order. There we go. No, I don't see my Mercenaries 2 case. Venetica, Spore, Night Contract. Huh. I wonder where it went to. Oh well, I'll go back to where we are. All right, EDF 2025. Where's that case? Right here. Here's another game that I bought because it's Atlas without knowing any. All right, so while working, a box broke open, and in the box was Demon Souls. Never heard of it. Had no clue what it was. So while I was at work, I looked up the game. I was like, oh, cool, this is Atlas. I like Atlas, good publisher. And everyone, all the reviews for Demon Souls was old school difficulty, which is something I really wanted. So, like that weekend, I went out and bought it. Played for 5 hours, got my ass royally kicked, and never went back to it. Little did I know that this would be the first game in the Souls franchise, which is... I haven't played the Souls games, but I did play Elden Ring. I have played Bloodborne, Platinum, both of those bad boys. And not a FromSoft game, but I have played Lies of P, which is one of my favorite games right now. Demon Souls, good game. This is one of the rarest games I own. It's also one of the weirdest games I own. This is Aquanaut's Holiday. I had to get the Chinese version, region-free. Why the Chinese version? Because it's the only one that has English translations. This is an import. This was not cheap. I think I paid over $100 for this game when it got released. It's worth a lot more now. But this is an amazing game. Very David Lynchian. Another game where there's a weird story taking place. You get what I'm saying? Gameplay-wise, is very similar to Africa or Pokemon Snap. You're just swimming around in a little submarine taking photos of fishies and artifacts. And the more you play, the more you figure out the story behind the cove that you're in. And it gets very existential, very kind of Lovecraftian, very, Cthulhian. Yeah, great game. No game overs, nothing like that, but just a really good game. And it gets kind of eerie at the end, and I love that. It's one of my rarest games and one of my favorites. This is a Suda51 game, Shadows of the Damned. Me and my friend Ashley, the girl who is in chat room right now with me, played this together for a little bit. And then I got a nasty game over at one point. Forgot to save, and I haven't gone back to it. We'll be playing this one this year on a live stream. Next, more weirdness with Bulletstorm, Deception 4, Wheelman, and Resonance of Fate. Now, I mentioned earlier how Trapped is the fourth game of the Deception franchise, but not really. Trapped is the same studio, same design, but not part of the actual Deception franchise. The official Deception 4 is Blood Ties, where you play the daughter, I think the daughter of the devil. And again, you're luring people in your home to destroy them, blah, 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 blah. But this time you have 3 different sisters who can help you. The sister of humiliation, the sister of sadism, and the sister of, what was that? Pain, I think? And each one provides you with different traps to destroy your enemies. Very tongue-in-cheek. Again, very difficult to play, especially if you're trying to get the real ending. We will be playing this on our live stream so I can finally beat it. Live streaming really helps me finish games. So we got Deception 4, Blood Ties here. I got Bulletstorm. I only played a little bit. I liked what I played, though. It's a very bro game. It's very bro, you know what I'm saying? Bulletstorm, yeah, bros, guns. I remember it being fun. Wheelman, I think this is a Vin Diesel game where you can use your car as a weapon. Played maybe 40 minutes of it. I liked what I played. Is this a Vin Diesel game? It is Vin Diesel. Yeah, it's a fun game. It's a fun little destruction game, Wheelman. And I actually beat this game this year, finally. I beat this last year. Resonance of Fate. I'm so happy I finally beat it. because god dang is this game amazing. Like, the music's good, but the characters are very Cowboy Bebop. They're three misfits with all checkered pasts. It's called Gun Fu Combat. It's tactical action where you use only machine guns and handguns. Really in-depth customization system. Tons of costumes to unlock. Great game. I love it a lot. All right. Coming to the end of the PlayStation 3, we got Sly Cooper Collection, which I've owned forever and never played. Bad Company, my favorite Battlefield game, because it's actually very well written, lots of great characters, fantastic action. I do love Bad Company. It's also one of the few first-person shooters that I actually enjoy playing online. I would play Bad Company and Bad Company 2 online a lot. So much fun. I got this at freaking GameStop back in the day. Look at that ugly ass label right there. Yeah, but I like Battlefield Bad Company. I think I bought this game twice. I think I lost my original copy, or I sold it or traded it, and then I ended up rebuying it. But yeah, Bad Company 1 and 2 are the only Battlefield games I've ever played. I'm not really interested in the others. There we go. And then we got Jak and Daxter Collection on PlayStation 3. I got this from my wife, actually. She's the big Jak and Daxter fan. I never played Jak and Daxter. I played Ratchet and Clank, though. If that counts for anything. All right, that is it for our I'm missing a disc. No, I'm not. This is in my PlayStation right now. That's right. I just beat El Shaddai for the first time. Let me go down everything. Justice, yep. Stick of Truth, Betonia. Yeah, I think we put everything away. All right, next we got are my Wii games. Yeah, I don't have that many to show off, but we're going to have to go to the lower levels, the deepest, darkest depths. I have to get on my knees, so you get to enjoy that. All right, I don't have a big Wii collection, but the games I do have I really liked. We got Punch Out, Wii Fit. I don't think, yeah, Wii Fit does have a case. Wii Sports, no case. What about Wii Play? Did Wii Play have a case? I don't see a case for Wii Play. I think Wii Play had a case. I can't remember that. I don't know. Food for thought. So let's get Punch Out here first. We got Wii. Oh wait, here's Wii Play. I do have a case for it. So we got Wii Fit and Punch Out. I do wish we'd get another Punch Out. But you have to make Punch Out right. You have to follow that formula of hitting your enemies the right way. You know what I'm saying? So we got Wii Fit, we got Wii Play. I liked Wii Play. My dad and I would play this a lot together. I mean, for all the issues that we had, bringing people together was not one of them. All right, so we'll put Wii Play up here. And then we got Punch Out right here. And I'll put the Wii Fit on top of all that because I don't have much space. House of the Dead 2 and 3. Somewhere around here. Where are you? God dang it. Huh. I don't have the case for that one right now. Ain't that a pain in the butt? Maybe I bought that. Did I buy that disc only? I might have. All right, never mind. Sorry about that. Dead Space Extraction. I just saw that right here. This is a very difficult game. because you have to hit the enemies just right. And I remember at one point I ran out of ammo and couldn't really continue. I'm pretty sure I played the game wrong. Another game I never beat, I got very far in it though, was Epic Mickey. Another one I think we should play and go through. One of my favorite light gun shooters of all time for the Switch. Not all time in the world, but I mean on the Wii. Resident Evil Umbrella Chronicles. What a great love letter to Resident Evil fans. I have two copies of this game. And I have no idea why. Because I only have one case for this. But I own 2 discs of the Umbrella Chronicles. I always thought that was weird. All right, in you go, buddy. Resident Evil 4 Wii Edition. Until the VR version came out, I always thought Resident Evil 4 on the Wii was the definitive edition. Just because the motion controls were really damn good. And aiming with your controller was fantastic. Next we have Boy and His Blob. I always enjoyed the original Boy and His Blob, but the Wii version was so charming. I love the hand-drawn art style. Then we got the Twilight Princess Wii Edition and Xenoblade Chronicles. Another game I just never got into enough to finish, which I should change. I think I got the remake or the re-release on the Wii U. So we need to find A Boy and His Blob, which is right. Nope, that's D Blob. There it is. A Boy and His Blob right here. And my Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. You know, if I knew the GameCube version of Twilight Princess would be like super rare and expensive, I would have picked up both of them back in the day. But it is what it is. All right. And now for one of the very few legitimate sport games I own. Tiger Woods PGA Tour. Do you know why I own it? Because it's actually a really damn good golf game. It came with the Motion Plus. And it's just a good golf game. I'm not even into golf. But I was like, hey, golf. Wii Golf. Makes sense, right? All right, now we're getting into some other stuff. We got Metal Slug Anthology. I don't know why I don't play this more. Because I freaking love Metal Slug. I used to have the Samurai Showdown collection, but I don't know what happened to that. I might still have it. I don't know. This is LA Machine Guns, one of my favorite arcade games. At the arcade, you get this giant platform that vibrates when you use these mega machine guns, and it just like grew hair on every part of your body. Like LA Machine Guns and what's the other one? Gunblade New York. Yeah. Great games. Not the same without the giant machine gun and everything on the Wii. But you know what? Just to bring back memories, I like playing this every once in a while. I might have been like one of the very few people who actually bought LA Machine Guns when it came out. I don't know how many people even remember that arcade game. But it was a lot of fun back in the day. We got Super Mario Galaxy. Now this one... Alright, so I do have Galaxy 2 right here. So Mario Galaxy 1... Yeah. I don't have a case, and that's a funny story. I never bought Mario Galaxy 1. A friend of mine, way back in the day, actually, you know those rental boxes where you could rent movies and games like Redbox? My boy stole Mario Galaxy. He gave it to me. And I didn't realize that until much later. I was like, what the hell? So I don't own a damn case for Mario Galaxy. Tony! Happy Lunar New Year, my friend! Star Wars Republic Commando is turning 20 this year. Oh my God, is it really? Gee, thanks for making me feel old, bud. God dang. Okay, so we got a few more games here to finish off our thing. I don't have my Wii U cases, so I can't add that. But I do have I gotta stand up for this one. So, Cursed Mountain, a horror game on the Wii. I played like 3 or 4 levels of this. Yeah, this steel book is really good though. The game itself is so-so. I honestly don't know how I feel about it. Oh my god, I found it! Oh my god, that's where it went! You gotta be kidding me! Jesus, have I not looked in this case? For years I have been looking for this. My copy of Red Steel 2. Oh my god, I thought I lost it. I had no clue I put it in the Cursed Mountain case. This is one of my favorite Wii games. I've been looking for a replacement for this for like 3 years now. I am so goddamn. Oh, Red Steel 2, you're finally home where you belong. You have no clue. I've been looking for this forever. So I traded in a Wii of mine that broke, and I always thought that the game was stuck inside of it, and I just never realized it. Turns out I left it in my Cursed Mountain case. Yay! Sorry. Y'all just don't realize how much I've been looking forward to playing this again. Red Steel 2 is so good. It's so damn good. It's a cowboy samurai game. It's so much fun. Oh my god, I actually beat that on one of my very first live streams back in the day. I am so glad I did this live stream now. Cursed Mountain, you get to go back. Let's see here. Yeah, it was home, but put elsewhere. I am so glad we made this video now. Holy crap. Oh my god, I've been looking for that game forever. Oh, I'm so happy. Hey, wait a second. I lied. I do have 2 cases of Resident Evil, The Umbrella Chronicles. Here's the other one. I might trade this in, get some more stored credits, save up for another game. Oh my god, I'm so happy. Next is D Blob. I remember this. You had to change your character's colors in Color of Black and White World. You know what? Maybe we'll live stream this one too. Maybe we'll finally beat this one. I know they made a remake of modern consoles. GoldenEye. This game has the pleasure and honor of being one of the only video games I've played in my 41 years that I've played on the hardest difficulty from start to finish. I don't do that. I play on normal. I rarely play hard. But I beat this damn game on GoldenEye difficulty just so I could play it with all the missions and objectives and everything. It was not easy at all, especially that last level. But damn it, I did it. I did it. Only game I own that I beat it on the hardest difficulty setting. And no, I'm not counting Elden Ring and all that either. All right. Got a few more Wii games coming up. And then we're done because then we're tap into Sega CD and Dreamcast. And I don't know where my Dreamcast cases went, unfortunately. I have no clue where any of those games went. But we got some JRPGs right here. We got Super Paper Mario. We got Silent Hill Shattered Memories, which we actually beat this year for the first time. I really enjoyed it. Ju-On: The Grudge, the haunted house simulator based off the Grudge movies. And of course, Super Smash Bros. Brawl, which is right here. The only reason I've never beaten Ju-On: The Grudge is because when I played it the first time, the game is dark as balls. And what's irritating about Ju-On: The Grudge is that when you run out of flashlight batteries, it's game over. Grudge Girl finds you and kills you. The problem is, because the game is so dark and because you move so slowly, I didn't even get past level 1, maybe level 2. I got to level 2, maybe. But it was just so irritating not being able to see. Now, today I might replay it and like crank up the brightness just to help me out. But it was so easy to get lost. It really turned me off. But the jump scares were really well done. I liked it. Next on our list will be 2 Suda51 games. No More Heroes and No More Heroes 2. Now, I get these two mixed up. If we recently played No More Heroes 3 on the live stream. Finally beat that one. But if you watch that live stream, apparently I don't think I've ever played the second game. Because every memory I have that I associated with 2 all turned out to be 1. So I don't think I've ever played Desperate Struggle. I feel like I did. But I don't think I did. Because I have no memories of it. I have no memory. Every part of the storyline I thought I knew was all from the first game. Here is a underrated classic, Deadly Creatures, starring Dennis Hopper and Billy Bob Thornton, of all people. This is a game where you play as a scorpion and a tarantula, just living their own scorpion tarantula lives, trying to survive lizards and snakes and stuff and wasps. But in the background of the game is a murder mystery going on with 2 rednecks played by Billy Bob Thornton and Dennis Hopper. And they murdered somebody and are stealing the dude's fortune. So as you're playing the game, you're actually hearing in the background this huge murder mystery story playing out. And it actually plays into the game. If I remember correctly, when you're playing, I think the spider, you have to kill one of the 2 rednecks. And he keeps trying to shoot you. Really interesting game. The only negative I could give it, if I had to give it a negative, now my case is broken, is that the controls can be a little wonky. And it's kind of unpolished, a little glitchy. But Deadly Creatures, seriously, if you ever played a game, you want to try a game that's inexpensive but very unique, play this one. I need to get a replacement case. And finally, the big controversial game I own on the Wii. Very controversial. I liked it. But I get why people didn't. And that's Metroid Other M. The reason I liked it was it really helped cement Samus being a badass in melee combat, which we rarely see. I think this... Who was this studio? Was it Platinum? I think it was Platinum that made this. No, Team Ninja, right down here. Team Ninja. I like this game a lot. I liked Other M. It does have problems. It's not flawless by any means, but yes, I actually like Other M. Ow, my legs. All right, we're not done yet, people. We're almost done. We got one more. So I got the last games in my binder on my Dreamcast. I don't know where any of these cases went. Hopefully I can find my Dreamcast cases and finally get them out on display where they belong. Wait. Hold on. That's right. Dreamcast didn't have DVD cases. They had CD cases, didn't they? They had jewel cases. Hey, Rocco. Which means they might be here. I got all my PlayStation 1 stuff right here. So I wonder if my Dreamcast games got mixed. Ah, there they are. Look, right here. Phantasy Star Online. Code Veronica. Oh, I can finally put these guys away. So there's Code Veronica. Now, Code Veronica and I have a sordid history. That's for damn sure. This game made me paranoid of item management because of how quickly you can lose all your ammunition in this game. Phantasy Star Online, which was the reason I bought a Dreamcast typewriter. Dreamcast keyboard. So so I could put him away. I forgot that they were jewel cases. Ah! I'm kind of like stuck in a awkward position here, but we'll get through this. Okay. So that means my... Let me see here. There's Persona 2. There's Sega Gaga. I think Sega Gaga's game is actually in the case. Let me see here. It's not. Ooh, I need to figure out where Sega Gaga went. That might be with my PlayStation 1 games. But I need to make sure I find that one because that's a very rare game. Jedi Power Battle. Hey, I got Alone in the Dark. Who knew? God dang, my CD games are a huge mess. I really got to organize these. Yeah, I only got my, I thought I had Evil Dead, I thought I had the Evil Dead games case out here, but I guess I don't. Unless I put, that might be in storage still. But yeah, at least we put Resident Evil and Phantasy Star away. Kodaku, Wild Arms. Oh no, here they are. Here's my Dreamcast games. So this is Nightmare Creatures 2, another game I never beat. But we should definitely try one of these days. I want to put my Sega game, I want to put my Dreamcast game somewhere else. I really got to organize these damn CD games of mine. Evil Dead, Hail to the King. God, this is a flawed game, but damn it, was it fun. They made a lot of questionable choices when they made this game, but still fun. Good story, too. Here we go. Jedi Power Battles. Which is funny because I was watching people play the re-released version, the HD version of Jedi Power Battles. I don't remember anything about this game, like at all. So that's funny. All right, I need to go through these jewel cases. This is a mess. Because I got a bunch of CDI stuff mixed in with all these other jewel cases with my PlayStation. And it is just, I can't find anything. It's a huge mess. There's also music CDs in here. So, all right, so that's it with this binder. I got one more binder to go through. God, look how small this is now. Jesus. So we got one more binder of retro stuff to go through, and I think this one's it. Let me see here. Yeah, this is my Wii U stuff. I'm only looking for one specific game to put away. So we'll do another live stream of our putting away PlayStation games and stuff like that. What the hell is this? Was someone write on this? Yeah, somebody wrote one of my games. I want to find my Sega game. Here's the Sneak King. That weird Burger King game that came out. I'm going to put that away. There we go. But I'm going to look for... So I should have PlayStation... Yeah, I got PlayStation 1 games. These are my Wii U games and my PlayStation 1 games all in here. And I think I'll take these out too and start putting them away. But what I'm looking for, since we're just doing this whole thing, I'm thinking about it, is I want to try to find my copy of Sega and put that away. So then I can get all my Dreamcast games and separate them. Hey, here's my other PlayStation 2 game. What the hell are these? Oh, these are PlayStation. So a friend of mine gifted me a bunch of PS3 games, but they didn't have cases. So I remember I stuck them in here. Burnout 3, Mojo, Mission Impossible, MX Unleashed. Okay. Monsters Inc., Tekken 3, stuff like that. Alright. I don't have my Sega. I'm not mispronouncing that, by the way. That's actually what the game is called. I don't see it here. It's somewhere. It's somewhere safe. I know it is. This is where you start having that like little panic attack of like, crap, where did I put that game of mine? But I don't have many places where I put loose games, so it's somewhere around here. There we go. So it's not in my PlayStation binder. You know what? Yeah. Let me see something. Alright, so it looks like I did take out my GameCube game. Alright. Well, that's it for now then. I gotta dig around for Sega. It's in one of these binders, somewhere nice and safe. But that's the problem when you put something safe, you know? So I got a binder here full of PC games. Final Fantasy 11, Far Cry 2. Yeah, these are all a bunch of my old PC games. So I wonder if it got mixed up in here. You know? I got a lot of The Sims. Here's The Spore. Microsoft Game Studio. Label Maker. Bunch of my burned stuff. King's Quest collection. TV shows I burned. No Sega. Huh. And now I have to go through everything I own and find out where the hell that one game went. That's a rare game. I don't want to misplace it. Yeah, there's House of the Dead 2 and 3. Mercenaries 2. Yeah, my Mercenaries 2 case is missing also. Ain't that funny? Well, I'll find it. It's somewhere in this mess of a organizational system, I call it. I mean, if I found Red Steel 2 after all these years, I'm sure to find my Sega game. All right, I got one more binder here. Whoops, get up there. But this binder is usually for TV shows, but you never know. Yeah, I got the show Yes Dear. Does anyone remember Yes Dear? You know what? Hold on. Found it. It's been inside my Dreamcast. God, how long has it been sitting in my Dreamcast? I was just thinking about that. I was like, wait a second. So for those of you who don't know, Sega Gaga is a game where you play as a Sega developer trying to beat Nintendo and Sony. And you go through the offices of Sega and you fight actual Sega employees. And Sega mascots, and you recruit them and build a development team to try to build one of the best like new Sega killer apps. Even says the Sega simulation. Ain't that funny? That's great. Well, I found it. That makes me feel better. All right, everybody, that is it. We'll do another one of these streams when we put away our PlayStation 1 games, because I got a crap ton of them right here. I also need to organize the absolute hell out of my PlayStation 1 games, because it is a mess. I mean, Let me see here. Look at that. That's just an absolute mess of organization. It's mixed with 3DOs and CDI games and music CDs and all sorts of stuff. So I want to have to sit down and go through them and try to figure out a good place to put all those games, or at least organize them better. I think my PlayStation stuff is going to go on top, and my CDI and 3DO stuff will go on bottom. Because right now it's just a mess. That's gross, but we'll go through it. But yeah, that's it, everybody. That's a lot of fun. I wasn't sure if I was going to live stream this, but I thought maybe people would go, have fun going down memory lane as they, checked out my old nostalgia collection. Threw my voice out though. Talked a lot. Oh well. So yeah, thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. I am Mazer. I hope you all had a great time. Thank you for the thumbs up, Ashley, Tony, Fatal. Let's see here, Link, Peminade, Rex, and Gianni. Thank you for chilling out with us in chat. Always appreciated. So yeah, have a great day, a better tomorrow, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone.